you become obsessed with it, and it's very hard to break that bond that it has with you.
Now at 6, 3 possible heroin overdoses over the weekend have left local police on high alert, and a former drug addict remembering what he went through. Good evening, I'm Heather Herron. All 3 of those people who died over the weekend died within hours of each other. According to the Allen County coroner, doctors pronounced 34-year-old Bonnie Salinas dead at a local hospital Friday night. Early Saturday morning, medics pronounced 31-year-old Randall Ramey dead near a home on Florence Avenue. And about 4 hours later, medics pronounced 29-year-old Gregory Bunch dead at a home on Sherman Boulevard. The coroner's office says it's still trying to figure out how the 3 died, but based on paraphernalia found at the scene, police say they could be the result of heroin overdoses. A former heroin addict who spends his time now helping others says this weekend demonstrates what's happening on the streets. News Channel 15's Gina Glaros continues our coverage and joins us now with more.
That's right, Heather. Tim Irvin has been sober for 18 years and uses his story at the rescue mission to help others. After the 3 suspected overdoses over the weekend, he hopes he can encourage others to get help. Tim Irvin first tried heroin in his early 20s, but it wasn't until he got into an accident in 1977 and was hospitalized that he relied on prescription drugs and became addicted to the opiates in them, then began using heroin.
The monster, as they say, had been released.
Lost jobs, jail time, and then prison time.
When you wake up in the morning, you can't function. You know, without it, you can't function. Your legs hurt and your nose runs, and you have no motivation at all.
15 years of heroin addiction had passed.
Eventually, I just got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take the life anymore, and I reached out to God, and everything changed for me.
He eventually finished his degree and interned at the rescue mission, where he's been a case manager for the past several years. He's now helping the growing number of victims. Right now, about 10 men in the mission are dealing with heroin addiction.
Back in the days when I was on the streets, using heroin was $450 for a gram, and I hear now, it's $80, $90. So the strength and the potency of it has really went up, and the cost has really went down.
Irvin says users are stubborn.
Because the obsession to use is so strong, a lot of times they just leave.
But wants experts like him to help the ones who are willing to put in the work.
We as a society, lock them up and throw away the key mentality needs to go away.
Because Irvin says tomorrow might not come.
Right now, if a person is struggling, today is the day that you start doing the work.
I also reached out to Park Center. It's seen a 15% increase in opiate users this year over last year. Employees think that's partly because of a new system called Inspect RX. It allows medical experts to see who has filed prescriptions within a certain window, so that makes it more difficult for prescription drug users to abuse.
Okay, thank you, Gina.